Uh, yeah. Actually, I decided to do like a little story time, but instead it's like a dream time because I had like the weirdest dream. Sorry, I'm walking around. Um, but there's not much to it. I'm not gonna really expose this person's name, but there's this particular guy in my choir that every now and then I talk to, um, yeah, I don't even know how to explain it. He asks me out on a date, and Dream Me decides to say yes. Not that, like, real me wouldn't, but it gets really weird because he asks of me to specifically do something, and, the real me would never do this. I don't even know how to explain it. It was kind of 50 Shades ish. I say ish because none of that weird BS, bondage BS, and it's BS because it's not really. The bondage community is pissed about that, but we're not gonna be talking about that. Let me set up this recliner. I don't know how to explain it. Okay, so whatever, we skip to the date thing, and we're at the mall, but there's a brothel at this mall for some reason. Specifically, he asks me to take off my shirt and jacket and leave my stuff at the door to go up the stairs or escalator. And I just have this yellow bra on. And or no, like I don't have a coat. I didn't have a coat, and I just have this yellow bra on and a coat. Um but it gets weird because there are other people in my op shop class. There are girls in my op shop class, and there are other people in my choir class or who are there. And it's like, are you guys what? Basically, I was an escort in this thing for him. Like, it was so weird. I was like, what? 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 I would never do this. How would I have agreed to this? Because he did let me know, but Dream Me was agreed to it. I don't know. Slowly, she's starting to turn into me though, and instantly regretting it, and is like, what the heck? But all this time, because this date was intended for us to do stuff, it was weird. It was very weird. But the entire dream was I was in this brothel with everybody else who was apparently also doing the same thing, but I never saw him again. Like, he just disappeared. And I was like, Dream Me was trying to look for him because I was like, I was here for him. So, like, what? Which, to be fair, yeah, that's the whole point. What the hell? Also, what is the deal? And honestly, the entire time, for some, like, I'm feeling so, like, I'm feeling like myself, but I'm not at the same time. Like, Dream Me is so much more riskier, I've noticed, in my dreams, um, than myself. Like, what the heck? Like, I would never agree to this. What? It was so weird. So I was trying to cover myself up, but also whenever my yellow bra was exposed, they they didn't act surprised like my friends were all supposed to be there. It was so weird. I don't know what sense it made. But we were having, it was weird because there was like this dinner and it was like a party, and I was like, am I missing something? Because like all the girls are dressed this, like, I don't see their bras, but they see mine, but they're acting like it's nothing, and they're like, oh, there's specifically, like, I'm not gonna expose any of their names, but this friend of mine specifically, who's in my op shop class, was like, oh, you seem to be pissed now because you're gonna get cold with you're putting on your coat. Because I did, at some point, I took off my coat. But, like, they never took off their coat, so I don't know. But, like, they're there for some reason. They're in the brothel. Like, what is happening? We're all having dinner and we're all Nothing makes sense. I'm sorry if this doesn't make sense. This is only just a dream, but the entire time, and there was this friend of his who was, like, in charge of, like, escorting the escorts into this. It was the weirdest thing ever, but I was talking to, I was like, I'm so confused what is happening, because everybody just kind of left at some point, and I was so confused. I was like, where is everybody? And he's like, oh, it was the weirdest thing ever, because he was like, oh, everybody left by now. I was like, yeah, no shit, where is everybody? Also, where is he? Like, I came here for him, like, and he's not even around. Like, he said to meet him, but, like, I don't know where to meet him. What is this place? Like, we're in the mall. How did they even allow a brothel here? What the heck is going on? So, yeah. And he wasn't answering my question about him. He was just like, oh, well, wherever they're gone, like, you can't, it's, like, kind of too late to go in now. I was like, well, perfect. Can you at least tell me where he is? He just kind of changed that, and he was like, oh, no, but I found a different way you can get in. I was like, what? And he puts me back to where I was in the beginning with everybody else. And that's when that comment that didn't make sense happened, where my friend was like, oh, you're gonna be pissed now because you're getting cold because you're putting your coat back on. Yes, well, no, nah, that's not it. I'm actually really confused. And I was surprised that she wasn't, but at the same time I wasn't, because then it was a dream. But I was surprised that she didn't understand why I was, like, confused, because I was like, I'm supposed to meet someone. I was trying to be secret of it because everybody in this group, like, knew, so I didn't want them to know that I was doing some things with him, which, good call, Dreamy, because that's, whether or not that's me or not, like, this one thing is, like, I would keep private about that, because, like, that's a little bit, not embarrassing, but it's like, maybe they don't, they don't need to know that. But then I was like, I'm supposed to meet someone here, and then it just cuts off, and I wake up, and I'm like, oh my gosh. I felt so surreal. I was feeling so embarrassed. Like, I was having one of my episodes of, like, just going crazy and looking ridiculous in front of everybody after waking up, but I was in bed. So, which means that didn't really happen. So, everybody who was in my dream didn't witness anything. Didn't witness me in a blonde, yellow bra. Yeah, so, okay. But it's the weirdest thing ever. It was the weirdest thing ever. What is everybody else doing here? Because I guess it turned into, like, a department, celebration, because that's what it looked like. Everybody from my college's department was there, but it was a brothel in the mall, and I was gonna do stuff with him. Never did. Thank God, though, this guy who asked me out in the dream, he's really cute, and if he asked me out in real life, I would say yes, but, if it was anything like that, I would say no. That's not my thing. Nothing wrong with girls who it is their thing. It's personally not my thing, but that was the weirdest dream. I just thought to post this because I just remembered from this morning, and I'm still thinking about it, and I thought, the thing is, if you follow me on social media, I will always put my dream times, but this is, like, too weird and risky to put on my Facebook or even Twitter. It's so embarrassing because I don't know, and I don't want to say the name of this guy who, like, started it all, because he asked me out in the dream and I say yes, which is as realistic as it gets, and then from there it just kind of gets really weird because he informs me what we're gonna do on this date, and I keep quoting it because it's not much of a date. He's not around for the rest of it. He disappears into the abyss, and then I start meeting my friends in the brothel at the mall. So, in nothing but a blonde bra underneath the jacket. And I was so self-conscious about it, but it kept on slipping out, but people were acting normal when they saw my yellow bra. Also, I've never owned a yellow bra, but it was yellow specifically. So yeah, I just decided to post this Dreamtime. I did a story time about how my skirt fell on stage. It was during rehearsal, and yeah, although like I had stockings underneath, it's still pretty mortifying. Oh my gosh. But this is like so weird. I don't know if this means something. Well, dreams are dreams and they just kind of happen. They're entertainment for the mind, but they could always mean something too. I don't know. Maybe I do have something to, like, something's going on. This quarantine is just making everybody crazy. I haven't had a crazy dream in a while, but this one's a wild one. So, yeah. I don't know what sense that's supposed to make, though. All I know is I woke up because it ends with, like, me back to the same place with everybody, and my friend makes that comment, but then we all stop talking and returning around somewhere for an announcement, but then I wake up, so someone was gonna make an announcement. This stream is all over the place. I don't know how to explain it, though, because I was basically an escort, except I wasn't getting paid for it. It was like a date. He wanted me to do this, and I was down for it. And he's cute. It wouldn't be that I wasn't down for it, but like it's not something I do on the first date. Also, like I'm looking for something serious. Like I wouldn't agree. I'd just be like, yeah, look, if this was what you want, you can always pay for someone to do something like this with you, or I just don't feel comfortable. Especially when I find out I would have dipped. That was another thing too. I was trying to dip, but my friends kept on telling me not. They were holding me back. Also, the guy that I told you about earlier in the dream who was like helping me get back to where everybody else was, because I didn't know where else to go, because I couldn't find the person. I almost said his name. I couldn't find the person. I was like, you know what? I was lost. At least tell me where everybody else is, because now I've lost them, and now I'm just completely lost in this brothel. Because it's a huge brothel. It's as big as the mall. I'm like, where's the rest of the mall? Because it was at the mall. Still, like, I don't know how, it's just the weirdest thing ever. But then I just wanted to dip. I was done. I was done halfway through the dream. I was like, should I just leave? But he wouldn't. He was like, no, like, we're just getting started in this, and then you'll see him. Keeps saying I'll see him after, but it's so weird. I never do, and it seems like it's taking forever in this dream. It was the weirdest thing ever. Just so weird. And I wanted to be secretive about going with this guy too. Because he also, while he told me what we were doing, he was also being like, can you just like keep it like toned down and not tell anyone about this? And I was like, true, that's fine. Yeah, no, because people get weird about that stuff. I get it. And normally I'm like, no. Because it's like, you asked me out on a date. Like, there's no point. I don't want to go on a date with a guy who seems interested in me, but only interested in me in private. Like, what is that? Like, no. I'm not asking you to right away call me your girlfriend, but... Because, like, that's also really weird, because I was like, dude, we went on one date. But, like, what? Like, if there was potential here, like, you're really just... You're gonna be afraid to tell your boys that you have a thing for me? Like, why go on a date with... You don't deserve that. You don't deserve me then. You don't deserve anything from me then if you're just gonna be like that. Like, oh, but I'd only give you all that you need in private, and in public will pretend like nothing's going on. I can't do that. I can't deal with that. So, but Dream Me was like, oh yeah, for sure. Although real me would probably not tell people like I was going on a date with this guy unless they asked, because like it's not my business to tell. I also don't want people I have this thing with people like being weird. They're like, oh, she's going on a date with this person, and you know how people talk and everything. But yeah, but I wouldn't keep it secretive. If someone asks me, like, he wanted to keep it secret, so like if anyone asked me, I'd be like, oh no, like deny it. But it's like, no, like I'll be like, it's actually this person. I probably wouldn't say their name, but if someone asked, I'd be like, it's someone we know, but like I'm not ready to say it yet because I want to see where it goes first. But I'm not gonna lie and be like, oh yeah, you don't know him. Like, you know him. You know him. So, yeah, but, yeah, so I was like, yeah, for sure. But then, like, everybody that I don't want to know, want them to know is, like, there, oddly enough. And it's just a weird thing. Like, am I missing something? Because, like, the girls, they were all wearing coats. And I couldn't see their bras. I was like, did he bring them? Or is there other guys who asked them, they're doing this? Like, that's the thing. I wasn't it wasn't my job to be an escort in this dream. He wanted me to be his escort as a date. I'm trying to, like, get this fact that I was down, because this is not me. The real me started kicking in halfway, and I was, like, halfway done with this when I realized, like, I'm, like, half naked, and this guy's like, it's not worth it. Like, I was over it, but that guy wouldn't let me go, my friends wouldn't let me go, like, everybody knew something, and I did not know what was going on. No one was answering my questions. I was like, are you here doing the same thing too? Everybody kept on diverting the questions, like, hey girl, they were talking to me as if we're not in a brothel right now. Am I missing something? I don't know. My theory is he brought us all there, because it was everyone from our department, and that's where he's from, so I don't know. That one was a doozy, though. I woke up feeling really weird and not understanding what is going on. Actually, at some point in the dream, too, like I said, this is not normally my thing. So some part of the dream, like, the real me, like, full me kicked in and was like, I am not comfortable. Like, I started getting really panicky over how I was just half naked, out in the open. It was surprising to me how nonchalant people were, but I was still, like, really scared. I was like, I don't want them to see my stuff, like, and where is this guy? Like, what? Didn't see him ever again, and I woke up. My theory could be whoever was making an announcement before I turned around and before I woke up, it was gonna be him making some announcement. Because maybe I don't know. He's the only one that wasn't seen. The fact that I couldn't go. They're like, oh no, it's just getting started. Like, what's getting started? We're not doing anything. We're talking. And why are my friends here? Like, this is supposed to be a private thing. The fact that I agreed to it, but it was supposed to be private, and it's not that private. I don't know. I would never agree to it, by the way. He's really cute. But it's not something I do on the first date. I would not agree to it. Like, if we established a relationship and I was ready, but also there's no such thing as a brothel in the mall. Are you even allowed to do that? Everything was weird. Actually, everybody was there, like, even including the guys, but I never talked to the guys or saw the guys once. My established group in which I was talking to was a bunch of girls with coats on, and I had a coat on too, on top of my yellow bra. They kept on popping out, but theirs wasn't showing, but they were wearing coats too, similar to mine. So something was going on and no one was answering my questions. Something is very weird. Something weird was going on. And then I woke up and I got over it. But yeah, so that's the story of, I don't even know what I'm going to title this, but it's a Dreamtime. That's the story of like, I don't know. That's just my story of my first date with this guy. Yeah. So, sorry I didn't usually do my intro. It's just, yo, it's Shosho, welcome back to my YouTube video. But like, it was just more of something that I needed to get off my chest. And I'm doing like some different things on my channel now. So, and there was a story time, and I thought that was a lot of fun. I'll have more story times. I'm gonna think of more story times of what I think is awesome to put out there. But I follow this YouTuber named Jessie V, who does storytime videos, but every now and then she does Dreamtime videos, and I absolutely love it. She's a writer. She's like everything like me. She was a dancer. She's like an artist and everything too. And she did Dreamtimes, and I'm like, I have crazy dreams too. Why not express mine as well? So I'm gonna do that too, but I have to give credit to her because I think she's the only one that does Dreamtimes. I think. There are other people too, but those other people mostly do story times and story times only. Like Nikki Glamour is another one that I love so much, but she mostly does story times. She has very few dream times that I'm familiar with, but yeah. But Jessie V does some dream times too, mostly, as well as story times. But yeah, recently she's been doing those conspiracy theory stuff over like different creepy stuff, and I love it. But yeah, that's what she used to do, and now I'm gonna do it too. So, along with my music stuff. So, yeah. All right, bye.